Greetings and bienvenue, one and all. So, let's talk about the news that has just come out for Godzilla 2. Godzilla King of the Monsters. News has come out for an official synopsis for the film. And as for those who don't know, as of this recording, today marks the day of the official shooting of the film. This is day one of shooting, of cinematography, and the film will be released on 2019. Also, for those wondering why I had that weird intro, this is what happens when you rewatch a lot of episodes of Secret Saturdays. If you know what I'm talking about, then, you know, yeah. This is what happens when you rewatch a lot of Secret Saturday episodes and just decide, I want to talk like V.V. Argost for a little bit. Oh, I am so sad. Anyway, let's not talk about... We're not here to talk about Secret Saturdays, but we are here to talk about Godzilla King of the Monsters and the news. And I'm going to talk about... I was thinking about not talking about it, but then the plot synopsis got me so interested that I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll talk about it. So, the news so far is that they've announced the official plot synopsis is that Monarch is on the hunt for Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra, who are all fighting each other, and King Ghidorah has shown up. So, that's really interesting. And for those... I'll talk about the cast, because I'm pretty sure there's one person I know some people are going to want me to talk about on this cast. But yeah, this cast... this plot is really good, and I know I was paraphrasing, but yeah, this is going to be more Monarch-centric than anything else. We haven't got it. I think we've got the confirmation that Ken Watanabe will be in the film. He will be in the film and returning as Dr. Sarah, but I haven't seen anything official. I think it's just been kind of there. We do have his assistant coming back, and we do have a few others. But yeah, it's been confirmed that this film will be more Monarch-centric. So I think that's really cool that we're getting a more Monarch-centric film rather than us going with our, going in there. I want to see the inner workings of Monarch. I really want to see how it works, and I'm really curious to see where they could go with what they've been doing. Because now that we have Kong in this universe, I want to see, what else they've been tracking for so many years. I think it would be cool to get, like, fun little cameos of other monsters in there, and not necessarily, since this is, since we have Kong here, we have Godzilla, wouldn't it be fun if instead of, like, other Toho monsters they could reference, instead of other Toho monsters, how about, like, they do something fun, like, really play with other monsters, like the Rhodosaurus from 20,000 Leagues, from 20,000 Leagues, the Beast from 20,000 the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I can't talk today. I can't talk ever. But yeah, I think that would be cool. Like, it shows like a picture of the Rhodosaurus, maybe the giant behemoth, or something of that nature. I don't know. That's just me thinking out loud. But yeah, again, I think it's cool that we're getting Monarch in general as the main focus and centered around them. And again, it's really cool that it looks like Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan are already monsters that have already been out. They're not like just now emerging. They're now, like, they've been out there. I like that they've kind of, at least that's what I got from the plot synopsis, is that Rodan and Mothra have been around on Earth for a while now. It's not just their arrivals all of a sudden. They're here. They are here, and they've been here. And that would make sense because I would imagine it's been, obviously the movie comes out in 2019, so I think that having Godzilla being out there already, and I think it's a smart idea to go, yeah, Rodan and Mothra have been here, and now we have 3 monsters we have to track. And then along comes King Ghidorah. The other interesting thing of note is that Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra are vying for control of Earth. They are all fighting each other for control over Earth, according to that plot synopsis. They are all at war with one another, and Monarch is caught in the middle of it, which I think is really cool. I think that's a really cool angle of having, you already got 3 monsters, so it doesn't look like the monster fights won't be, cut away from. I still like, I like the Edwards film, the Gareth Edwards film, but it's not my favorite Godzilla film. And yeah, I will admit, While it was better than 98, it still had its flaws, but that's just me, though. Anyway, so like I said, I think it's cool that there's a possibility of getting multiple monster fights throughout the film, of having Godzilla and Rodan and Mothra all clashing with one another, and then King Ghidorah shows up. So yeah, I think it's kind of obvious by now that we are getting it's pretty much a remake of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, which by Toho standards, that's like the Avengers of Toho films. Let me explain. Godzilla vs. Mothra was their BVS because Mothra had her own film and Godzilla had just come back fighting King Kong, and they just decided, hey, let's do another crossover film, and they decided to use Mothra. And then came the Toho shared monster universe, and it furthered with Godzilla, with Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. So it's pretty safe to say that this, like I said, it's very much, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster was the equivalent of the Avengers coming together, of having Toho's three biggest kaiju unite to fight one monster, and that's the same thing they're doing here. Do I want a word-for-word remake of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster? No, because they already had established Rodan and Mothra. Then again, people already know enough about Rodan and Mothra as it is. Well, Major J fans, I take that back. So, here's hoping, and now that we have a MonsterVerse, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be making a lot of money with this and the following year's Kong vs. Godzilla film, and I'm really curious to see where they're going to go with that, if they're going to mention Kong at all in King of the Monsters. I'm wondering if they're going to mention Kong. I'm pretty sure we're going to get at least an after-credit scene of seeing how big Kong has gotten since, we saw him in Skull Island, which was all the way back in the 70s. So it makes sense that, yeah, he has gotten to full size, and obviously that's next year's film, so obviously we would get an after-credit scene of seeing at least Kong. I would imagine at least an after-credit scene, or towards the end of the film we see Kong. I'm also still under the impression, and this is just me, this is just my theory, this is still my working theory, that Skull Island is going to become Monster Island for this continuity. Again, I could be easily wrong, but it makes a lot of sense. It's hidden from mankind, it's surrounded by storm systems, and it already houses a lot of animals that are gigantic. It already is like a good ecosystem for those creatures. So it makes sense, like, yeah, Monarch probably it might even be Monster Island by now, by this timeline. It's been a lot of years, because obviously, like I said, set in the 70s, so yeah. So obviously, I'm pretty sure how it's going to go for King of the Monsters is that a lot of the, King Ghidorah is going to force Rodan, Mothra, and Godzilla to unite to fight King Ghidorah just like in the original film. And also, how they describe Rodan and Mothra, it does make me think that Michael Daughtry, the director of the film, may go may at least hint at the mystical route of at Mothra. I don't think we'll get to see the fairies. Maybe get a mention of them somewhere, but I have a feeling that we may get some connection to the mystical route with Mothra, because she's a goddess, so makes sense. And the description did say that these creatures were like were almost like gods, so yeah. I think that's a good bet that we may see some and who knows, maybe after Kong, because we don't know what's after Kong vs. Godzilla. For all we know, we may be getting Mothra and Rodan films, which I would love to see in this continuity. Yeah. But yeah, all we know so far is that, and also, going back to the cast, yes, people, I am full aware that Thomas Mettleditch, the voice of Pen Zero, from Pen Zero Part-Time Hero, is in this film. And now I can't help but think Pen is going to fight Godzilla. Which, in retrospect, he was a Godzilla-like monster in one episode, so yeah, it's not lost on me. Also, Charles Dance is in this film, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently I don't know how true this is, but I was looking on one of the websites, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently they said that Charles Dance's character will have a connection to King Ghidorah. I'm wondering how that's going to go, if that's true at all. I wouldn't put it past him to make Charles Dance an alien. He's a pretty damn good villain, but King Ghidorah, I'm kind of still wondering if they're going to make King Ghidorah a space monster at all. I'm really hoping they keep him a space monster. I kind of want it. What I'm hoping for is that King Ghidorah was because we do see him in that wall painting at the end of Kong Skull Island, and what happens is that what I'm hoping for is that it just kind of depicts King Ghidorah's first attack on Earth. Godzilla drove him away, and now he's back, or something to that degree. Anyway, I'm excited for this. I'm really happy that we're finally getting cinematography done. I doubt we'll get anything for Comic-Con. I doubt we'll get anything for this. And besides, we have Godzilla Monster Planet. Excuse me. We have Godzilla Monster Planet, and we have Pacific Rim Uprising in the next year. So we've got a few things to tide us over for now. Like I said, we got Godzilla, the Godzilla Monster Planet from Toho, their first anime film with Godzilla, and like I said, we've got Pacific Rim Uprising next year. So maybe we might get we may at least get concept art of what Rodan, Mothra, and Ghidorah are going to look like for the film, but I doubt we'll get anything for this Comic-Con. Next Comic-Con, definitely. But yeah, so like I said, really excited for this. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of all this? What do you think of the plot synopsis for Godzilla 2? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? And what are you guys hoping to see for the film? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.